a friend of mine found about 4 phones over the weekend.
Jesus. Fines are very...
I know, they got... The first time he found it, and he, like, you know, got it back to the person who lost it, and they, you know, I think they gave him either cash or food, which is basically the same. I'm really, that's great. And then he found his 3rd and 4th phone over the weekend, and it was a bit... starting to get a bit suspicious of that.
Yeah, when you start finding that many phones,
but he didn't put his hand in his pocket for food all weekend. So.
Okay. Yeah, festival would be a good place to go to, like, if you were just looking around after.
Yeah.
Just to see what's on the floor, like.
Yeah.
Temple Bar as well.
Temple Bar would be good too, yeah. I never did that now. I never found anything in Temple Bar.
I think a lot of the young lads down there find lads passed out in the street. There's treasures there in those pockets.
I went up to get chips here the other day, and a teenager was in the queue in front of me and pulled out like the biggest wad of cash I've seen personally. That'd put manners on you, like. Yeah. I was
There's a lot of power in the cash.
Like. I was looking at the menu being like, can I afford cheesy chips? Or is it just regular chip? And there's fucking teenagers there with like a thick hand in cash.
Jesus Christ. What do you reckon he was doing to get that?
Oh, the same as the teenagers down in Temple Bar that we'll see them later on tonight.
Looking forward to that now.
Groups of 20 of them. It's like The Wire. It's
they're meant to be dodgy enough. Like
they're actually grand.
They're grand to us. They're absolutely. We're kind of. They walk by at the odd time and they're like, busy night tonight, lads. It's like, it's quiet, same as us, boys.
Okay,
So we're all in it together.
The ecosystem of Temple Bar. We're all just part of it together. And then occasionally the homeless as well, and they'll come up and they'll be asking for money, and they're like, "Are you having a good day? Are you busy free?"
Okay, so you probably get to know everyone down there.
Yeah. But to the point where it leads you into a false sense of. Like they were playing trap music there the other day, and I was like, this is nice now. The lads were over there playing music, we're just doing, and then I saw everyone rushing past us, and I was like, oh no, if I was a tourist and I walked into this situation in any other city, that's like, you know,
a red flag straight away.
Yeah, don't stop and talk to anybody.
It's
got an edge about it.
It was the Canadian fella last year. It was the one night I took off the whole summer just from Flyer, and I still went down and did the gig, but I'd missed the biggest fight in Temple Bar's history.
It's the greatest.
Like, I don't know. To this point, like, I'm still convinced. Considering that we're doing a fighting story, we'll do that before.
He's the big hulk of a Canadian. Well, so it started off. There's the McDonald's on Temple Bar Square, it's a great spot. So he came out, and like these teenagers came out shouting after him, like, "All right, man, what the fuck you at? What the fuck you doing?" And one of them, I think, was bruised up, and the Canadian fella was like, "Your buddy." He tried to pickpocket me. Right, he's a thief.
He's so articulate about it.
And he's so polite the whole time. And he's like, you know, he's a brigand. And he's trying to reason with these young lads who are trying to knock him out. He's like, you need to stop hanging out with this fella. He's a bad egg. He's a thief. And it turned out he'd knocked the guy over and taken his shoe, the teenager.
Okay.
And he's like, he'll get his shoe back when he apologizes to me and my wife. He's done something to his wife as well. And the lads were fucking scrapping, trying to start up on him. And they all fucked off. And about 2 or 3 minutes later, like about 20 of them came down around the corner. They'd obviously
Canadians or
the young lads.
Okay,
they'd gone to get, and the Canadian was still there with his wife for some reason.
Oh, he should have got out of Dodge.
No, because they were coming down. They're giving it all the fucking come on, fucking rap.
Yeah.
They're all like 15, 16. It was like a scene from the Bourne Identity, or like he just. I've never seen one man. You know those scenes in films.
Every man's fantasy.
How would one man fight off 20 people? They're all just attacking one at a time. He was just like dead legging, dead arm, knocking them over, barring them over. Some lad ran his wife with a can and she flipped him over, and it was just like
a crime fighting duo.
The crime fighting duo. He was knocking them over, and about 100. It was the middle of the summer, so 100 people were watching, and no one said anything. Everyone was just watching on. So. Initially, when he came out of the shop, he'd been holding up your man's shoe, and he's like, "Your friend can apologize to my wife and give me $10, and I'll give him his shoe back." And so he was just clattering them out of the place, and they were limping off, and there was dust scattering. And eventually, when the dust settled, he was just standing in the middle, and he held up the shoe, and he's like, "Now it's $50, motherfuckers." It's like this man's just living in a movie.
Yeah.
And he just walked off, and it was one step away from everyone in the square giving him a little golf clap.
Jesus Christ.
And you missed it.
I did, yeah. And that's why I still don't think it's true.
No.
I think that it's like, because it's the one day I took off from Flyer.
Why did you check the cameras? You could always check the...
In fairness, I was talking to the guards, and one of the guards down there, she said that they were back in the station. She saw it all.
No way.
That they have it, and they were all...
Nice footage to get your hands
they're all
on.
having a good laugh at it.
I wonder, can you go back on the footage online and check?
Well, I'd say they have it somewhere.
I'd say that one they've saved away. And they didn't rush down to stop it either.
No. They knew what was going on, I'd say. But your man must have had a bit of training behind him.
He was just big, and the young lads were... Now, some of the adults joined in as well and tried to beat him up, but they're all...
getting clapped.
Funnily enough, a man who does a bit of jiu-jitsu is well able to handle lads who've been drinking cider for 12 hours
Oh
at that
yeah,
point
yeah,
in the sunshine.
definitely. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Unless of course you go for one lad and you start chucking him out, and then you're just two lads lying on the ground.
Yeah.
You're open for a kick, and then like
That's true. Yeah, I guess all the rear naked chokehold and all the jiu-jitsu that goes out the window when a lad kicks you in the head.
yeah. You want to stick to a couple of fucking sa,
and then just leg it.
Yeah.
just bowled in one direction.
Just
Slip
go
on the
to
fucking cobbles.
bow respectfully before the fight starts and
Yeah.
get smacked over the head.
There was a great video I remember seeing years ago on I think it was E-Bombs World or one of those ones before YouTube.
Way back.
Yeah, but I used to watch like car park fights for a living.
Yeah.
And one lad was fighting some other dude, and before the fight he goes, and he just kind of goes down like in a pose like this to do like some sort of crazy karate stuff, and the other guy was like, nah man, I'll leave it, I'll head off. And he just didn't even bother having a fight because your man kind of like
Looked the part.
he looked the part, you know.
Well,
That's half the battle.
There was
I'm
a
gonna
boy.
try that.
There was a boy in Carlow a few years ago down in the Foundry outside of that at about like 2:00 in the night, and he got into it with a fella, and then he got down. It must have been like the way McGregor used to walk into the cage, and he was like doing all of that, and then your man just walked up and just punched him on the top of the head and knocked him out.
Christ. On the top of the head.
Top of the head.
Christ, what a place to get a fucking slap.
Yeah.
When you're probably already 7 or 8 pints deep,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
already like squatting on the ground, moving around, and some lad just decides, you know what, whack-a-mole.
Proper fucking Popeye job. Hit him across the fucking can.
So it can go either way, If you look the part, someone might walk away. More than likely, some lad in the Foundry is going to punch you in the
Yeah,
top
that's
of
the
head.
ultimate embarrassment if you start doing loads of shit and then the guy doesn't
yeah.
walk away. You're like, oh, come on, please.
Come on, make my day.
Yeah,
It's your last chance to walk away. I'd love to be just a tough guy.
yeah, it's a dream of a lot of men.
It is. It really.
So you should chain the Canadian guy to Temple Bar and just like have him in a loop, kind of let him walk a certain distance around, keep him in that area at all times.
Yeah.
Like a dog on a leash out the back garden. But
You had to do your deal. You want your freedom. You want to see the maple leaves of Canada again. Got one more job for
And he
you.
just drinks pints of fucking maple syrup.
It's just knocking it back.
I can't take no more.
I wonder does the man know how much I'm talking about him?
Oh,
Somehow.
He
we'll
could listen
find
to
him.
this podcast. He might
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Anywhere in the world, though, any city has its parts that are kind of dodgy. Like Temple Bar is
Yeah.
probably that area.
Oh, yeah.
But it's probably no. I was going to say it's rare. Maybe it's exactly like because it's a famous area and also probably one of the worst areas.
You know that place in Barcelona, La Ramblas?
La Rambla.
Yeah,
I
right.
nearly got pickpocketed there one time. I was
Yeah.
in one of those, those shops, the weed shops.
Yeah, looking for directions to
Looking
get
for
out
directions.
there.
Exactly. For directions to the jacks in there because I was going to get sick. But I remember I was in there and I smoked like a full doobie and I was like, that's a bit grand. And then I got outside and it just hit me and I was like, fuck, I don't know. I don't know where to go now. And I was walking across Las Ramblas, kind of half. I don't know if I was falling or I was like, I'm thinking I'm going to fall.
Yeah.
But then some lad was like, cookie, hush, cookie. And he kept saying to me, you're right. And I was like trying to talk to him, but I was kind of like, yeah, man, I'm okay. So then I was like, I'll pretend that I'm fucked or I'm a bit wiry.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, man, are you alright? You want some stuff? Yeah. So he kind of
start
pulled
selling
it
him
off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now we're
So you pickpocketed him.
pickpocketed his mind, I think, because he left without much inside it. And but yeah, that was a close call. But any city in the world has like
Yeah.
those kind of places. Like I didn't realize Temple Bar was that place though. I thought it was
I think
O'Connell Street.